Hello everyone. So I have decided to not film a weekly writing vlog. This is just going to be a finish this fucking draft with me vlog. Yeah, I tried to film a weekly vlog last week, and on Friday, as I was transferring all the footage to my computer, I'm looking at it and I'm like, damn, I did not accomplish anything this week. And it just felt like it was going to be the emptiest vlog ever, and so I just deleted all that footage. I probably should have kept it, but I deleted it all. And so this week, it's Friday, and I kind of had the same issue where I didn't really do much during the week because I've been busy with work, and I've just not been feeling my story, so it is what it is, I guess. So yeah, this won't be, sorry, so many big trucks drive by us. This won't be a weekly vlog, a weekly look what I accomplished. Instead, this is going to be a come with me while I try to finish this draft by the end of April, which is in 5 days, and I don't write on weekends, so I might have to break that rule. But yeah, it is Friday. It is the 25th. It is currently 11:15. I am teleworking, but I've set myself up for a pretty chill day. I have been so busy with work. These past 2 weeks, I have really just kind of buckled down and taken care of everything on my plate, which is a lot because, as I'm sure many of you have experienced, when you are a good worker, your reward is more work. But I think I am finally on top of everything. So today, like I said, I set it up to be a chill work from home day. I have had to answer some emails, but for the most part, I'm able to kind of just relax, which I really need. Also, I got new glasses. My prescription changed a little bit, so I decided to go with round frames again, but I'm not too sure because the bridge is really wide and I feel like I have to push them up so high. I don't know. I'm not sure. I got 2 pairs because I just wasn't sure, and these are cat eyes. I got these because actually for our wedding, my fiance and I, we're having it on Halloween, and we're just gonna have a big Halloween party, and we want people to dress up in costumes instead of, formal attire. We're going to be Laszlo and Nadja from What We Do in the Shadows, and I was really stressing stupidly because Nadja doesn't wear glasses, at least for the most part. She doesn't wear glasses in the show, and I do. There was one season where she was running the nightclub and she had these really cute little half-moon spectacles, but I couldn't find anything that really looked like that. But then there was a picture, I believe it was in the most recent season, but I came across this picture that reminded me that she wore cat eye glasses at one point. And so I was like, I guess I can find some cat eyes, and these are what I settled on. And I'm just not sure how I feel about them outside of a costume, so I'm trying to stick with my round ones for now. I really want to try and get some writing done because I've been trying to write the dark moment since last Friday. That was in my failed vlog that I deleted the footage for. So on Friday I brainstormed the whole dark moment and ended up with 3 chapters? Yeah. So then I tried to start that first chapter in the dark moment, which was chapter 19, and I started it and I wrote like 1 sentence and I was like, that's good enough. So then on Monday I didn't do anything for some reason. On Tuesday I called out just for a mental health day, and I thought, I'm gonna film so much, I'm going to get so much writing done, and guess what I didn't do? On Wednesday I wrote a little bit in chapter 19, but I just wasn't feeling it. And I think it's because I have this like new different idea that I just kind of have been obsessing over. And it would be like a romance about like a demon, like this vampiric entity who's actually a Duke of Hell, and his human lover, I was like, I was running away with it. And so I even journaled a little bit about how that idea was like distracting me and how I just wasn't feeling TILDA'S book, and that I was like, I think I'm just going to let myself work on this new idea. And I did write like a full blurb about it, basically, just to kind of get everything out of my head about what I want to do and like the inspirations for the story and the vibes I'm looking for. And then I also took notes on the demon I'm going to be using, Valifor, also called Valafar. Drew his little seal and everything. I want to try and incorporate that. But then on Thursday, yesterday I drew my daily tarot card, and it was the 7 of Cups. And from my interpretation, the Seven of Cups basically advises you against chasing after shiny new ideas, and it's like a warning that if you are always chasing new ideas, you're never actually going to succeed at the ones you want to finish. So that was like kind of like the universe's way of telling me to pump the brakes on this new idea and do what I'm wanting to do, which is finish Tilda's book. And I'm so close. I have the dark moment, the resolution, and the epilogue, I think. Happily ever after / epilogue. So, you know, the tarot basically slapping me across the face and saying, you dumb bitch, like, do your job. And then this morning, my daily tarot pull was the Magician. And again, these are from like my interpretation and what I'm reading into the card. But basically, the Magician is telling me that I have all of the tools that I need, and I just need to concentrate and focus on the one thing and stop letting other things distract me, and to stay on track. So it's, again, a reminder from the universe that just focus on Tilda's book. You're so close to the end, just focus on Tilda's book. So yesterday I did finish chapter 19, you know, once I realized that, you know, the tarot was right. I did finish chapter 19. So today I would like to write the entirety of chapter 20 and possibly even start chapter 21, which will be the final chapter in the dark moment. So honestly, I should probably aim to finish both chapters 20 and 21, and that way I will be out of the dark moment and a lot closer to finishing if I want to finish by freaking next Wednesday. Wednesday is the last day of the month, and I should be able to do it. Like I said, I have the dark moment, the resolution, and the happily ever after. Let me find my scene cards. So the resolution looks like it'll be 2 chapters. The first one will be a little actiony, the second one is more introspective, and then the happily ever after is just one little scene. I do also need to write an epilogue setting up the third story, which it's like I'm getting to a point where I'm like, do I even want to do that? Because I don't want to kind of tie myself to another story when I have other new ideas outside of this universe that I would like to work on. But I do really like this side character Donovan, and I would like to set up his story to be the third book. So yeah, I have so much going on. I do have other things I need to do. I want to lift weights today. I'm also working on an anniversary gift for my fiance. I'll show you guys when I'm done. It's been taking me a while because it involves like origami, and my hands have been cramping up crazy. Like, our anniversary is at the end of May, so I really have to get on it, you know. Oh, and speaking of our anniversary, I'm super, super excited. You may have noticed I wore a Ghost shirt today because their new album came out today. But they are also currently on tour because of the new album, and they're coming to Baltimore in July. And I was really excited, and I wanted to see them so bad. But I had already kind of roped my fiance into taking me to see Sleep Token in September. And I was really upset because as much as I want to see Sleep Token, I would much rather see Ghost. So I was telling my fiance that I would just sell the Sleep Token tickets if he would take me to see Ghost. But then he said, why don't we just do both shows? Pick out the tickets you want for Ghost, tell me how much they were, and I'll pay for them, and that'll be my anniversary gift to you. And I was like, I'm marrying a good one. So yeah, I'm seeing Ghost in July, and I'm very excited about it. And speaking about, I guess, our relationship, we checked out our wedding venue on last Monday. No, this Monday. We checked out our wedding venue. It's been a long week, I'm sorry. And it's small, it's cozy, it's intimate. It's kind of just this like little community clubhouse. They do events there, like they've done receptions, baby showers, that kind of thing. They advertise on their website as like seating 80, and that might not seem like a lot of people, but it's perfect for us, and it's so much cheaper than other wedding venues. So we're excited, because like I said, we're basically just having like a Halloween party. That's what we want our wedding to be. We'll have some traditional things, like I'm gonna walk down an aisle, we're gonna, you know, have our vows and, you know, have wedding parties and stuff, but we're not doing like the traditional wedding. But we saw the venue, and it was really cool. I was like getting so many ideas as we were looking around it and stuff. So I'm excited, and now I can finally work on invitations because they need to go out very, very soon, since the wedding is in October. But enough rambling. I just, you know, have a little update to share since I have not been here. So I started chapter 20 in my little scratch notebook, because sometimes when I'm not feeling it, sometimes it's just easier to kind of jumpstart my chapter, my thought process on paper. I'm going to continue to kind of handwrite for a little bit before I break out my free write and actually start typing. So yeah, I am going to possibly put on some YouTube videos. I know a lot of people can't like watch videos while they write. I don't really have an issue with that, especially handwriting, because it's like what I'm doing on my free write, that's my 0 draft, but handwriting is like my 0 of 0 draft, like whatever comes before 0. So I am not worried about what I write. When I'm handwriting, it's garbage. Like I do not care what I'm handwriting. I'm just kind of trying to get bits of dialogue out of my head and just get the ball rolling essentially. So I'll probably put on some YouTube videos because I am so behind on my watch later. So yeah, I'm going to get to writing. And we're just going to see where today takes us. Hopefully it will take us past both chapters 20 and 21. So I had to change my glasses because the round frame ones for some reason were starting to hurt my head, and I'm not sure if it's like the pupillary distance. I used the same one and these are so much more comfortable and don't like make my eyes hurt. So I'm not sure what's going on with those, but I don't know if I'll actually be able to wear them because they were just killing me. They were so uncomfortable and my eyes were hurting so bad. So yeah, I guess I have to be happy with the cat eyes. But yeah, I just finished chapter 20 and I'm actually pretty excited. I had to introduce, I guess, the bad guy. He only shows up for like a couple of chapters and then he's very easily defeated. Sorry, I'm just marking off that I finished chapter 20. And he's cool. I don't think I'm gonna make him like a character, you know, that continues to appear, but I had a little bit of fun writing him because he's kind of just a smarmy asshole. And I was a little worried about trying to make this scene work, but I think I did. I think it works well enough for what it is, especially in a 0 draft. So I'm feeling pretty good about it. Chapter 21 should be a pretty quick one. It's kind of just the setup for the resolution, and it looks like it might be mostly some dialogue. It's 12:48 and I should be able to finish this if I really like sit down and do it. It's already basically brainstormed and plotted out because I did all of the dark moment together, so I shouldn't really have much trouble with this, but I'm getting hungry. I finished my coffee. I would like to have another one, but I should also eat something first. So I think I'm going to take a little break and eat something and maybe lift my weights after I eat. And then once that is done, I'm going to make another cup of coffee and sit down to write chapter 21. Okay, so it's 2:40 and I'm just now sitting down with my second coffee. I finished lunch, lifted weights, and by then it was like almost time for me to clock out of work. So I basically dicked around until then, and then I had to take Barkli out because I had promised her I would take her out and run around with her a little bit. So yeah, it's 2:40. I'm off work, and I'm ready to start chapter 21. But for all my confidence earlier, I'm not sure if I can finish it. I'm nervous. I don't think I can finish it. I have to, well, I guess I don't have to. I want to cook spaghetti tonight, so I gotta get down there and chop my onions. And I guess I'm not gonna get to work on my anniversary present to my fiance before he gets home, because I've just been doing that in private. But yeah, so I'm not gonna ramble too much. I did get my 2 chapters that were on my free write transferred to my computer, so I am going to get them off of the free write. All right, and we are going to jump into chapter 21, which is, again, it should be a short one, but we'll see. So I was worried for nothing. I just finished chapter 21. It wasn't a long one like I knew it wouldn't be. It ended up being like just over 1,000 words. It's not perfect. It's definitely something I'll need to work on when I'm doing my first draft, because it does involve like a tiny bit of action, and it's like there's a lot of spectators to what's happening, and so I need to make sure that I'm making it feel realistic. Because in this chapter, Tilda makes like a move, and it's not secretive, but nobody notices she's doing it until she does it, and I need to make that more realistic. But the 0 draft of this chapter is done, thankfully. So that means that next week I have to do the resolution, the happily ever after, and the epilogue by Wednesday. I'm not gonna set myself up for failure, but I am a little concerned. I don't know if I'm actually going to be able to do that, but I'm gonna try. But for now, it's 3:09, so I was waiting for like 30 minutes almost. I'm going to get off of here and edit this footage. That's one of the things I was doing when I was dicking around earlier, is I did get all of the footage from earlier edited. Not edit it with music and like captions and stuff, just pieced together in a clip. So I'm gonna send the rest of this footage from today and try to get that edited. And then the rest of my day is free. So I think I am going to work on my anniversary gift. I don't think I'm gonna finish in time on that either. So yeah, I don't feel amazing about chapter 21, but I do feel amazing about getting out of the dark moment. So I feel pretty good about that, and I am excited to see how it goes from here. So normally I would end this vlog here, and I probably could, considering I filmed a lot today, and this vlog is probably going to be a little on the longer side, but I still am not happy with my productivity for this vlog, and so I'm just going to keep it to be a finish this draft with me vlog, and I will film Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, me hurrying through the rest of these beats. And I don't even feel ashamed about saying hurrying through, because it's a 0 draft. It's okay if I go fast. At least that's how I feel. So for me, it'll be a few days, but for you, it will only be a few moments. I will see you then. Hello, it is Monday. It is 9:30 in the morning and I am ready to get back to Tilda's book because I only have today, tomorrow, and Wednesday to hopefully finish. So yeah, it's 9:30. I just made a protein coffee, which is my breakfast. It's just an easy way to make your coffee taste good. It can be pricey, obviously, but you can find so many different flavors of protein shakes, and you add that to your coffee, and a lot of them also come with like vitamins, minerals, and then they add the flavor, and you don't have to add a ton of like sugar flavored syrups. I don't know, it's like a hack I've discovered. But yeah, so my goals today were to brainstorm the resolution beat and then start the next chapter, which is chapter 22. So this morning, I hang out downstairs before my fiance like gets up and gets ready for work, just because it's easier to keep the dog down there and keep her quiet when I'm with her. So I was downstairs and I was brainstorming for the resolution. And this is just it, because as I'm writing, my pen just stops writing. So I use Bic crystals, they're my favorite ballpoint. At least for writing stuff. For my planner, I use like a Sarasa gel pen, but for my writing stuff, Bic crystal. Favorite. So smooth, love it. Do you see how much ink is in here? So it's the only pen I had in my little, writing pouch, and I was using it and it just stopped writing. I tried to lick the tip. I used like a flame to try and melt if there's any kind of clog. Nothing has worked. It's just, I don't feel like messing with it anymore, so I have another one. Fortunately, I have a handful in my drawers as backup, but it was just annoying because I saw how much ink is in there, but enough rambling. I want to finish plotting out this beat. It will be 2 chapters. I don't know how I feel about this scene, and I'm feeling like it doesn't actually work the way that I need it to. But right now, I just want to get to the end, and I can fix whatever issues I have with this scene after the fact. So I'm trying not to focus on it, and I'm just trying to write past it, and that's always easier said than done. But yeah, so I'm gonna finish brainstorming the resolution, and then I'm just gonna jump into chapter 22 and try my best. Okay, so I just finished both chapters 22 and 23, so I am out of the resolution beat, which feels pretty good, because now that just means I have the happily ever after, which will be the end of Tilda and her love interest, and then the epilogue, which is just me setting up for a potential 3rd book. So it should be pretty easy, especially the resolution. I got past it. I'm not happy with it. I hate everything about it, but I'm past it, and the happily ever after is a cute scene, and it's easy to write, because everything's been resolved. So I will definitely have to work on the resolution when I am doing the next draft, and I will have to brainstorm a better resolution and make it feel better, because I think it's too busy, honestly. I think I tried to do too much without actually, I didn't want to. This antagonist, I liked writing him, but it's like, he's pointless at the end of the day. He has nothing to do with Tilda and her love interest, and I think I might, in the future, when I am working on this next draft, I think I might try to scale back the plot and make it more of an internal plot than trying to force in this external plot at the very end. It's not what I wanted to write, I guess, and it's obvious reading it, so that is what I will have to do when I work on the next draft. But for now, I am happy that I am past the resolution, and it is 11:30. I am getting hungry. I have to pee so bad, but of course Khaleesi decided to sit on me just as I was finishing up, and she's just so cute and so happy that I can't say no to her. But yeah, so I'm a little little hungry, even though I had my protein coffee. But I do have to lift weights, and I'm working on my anniversary present for my fiance. I was gonna show you guys, but again, Khaleesi. So yeah, I think I'm going to take a little break, watch some YouTube, potentially work on my anniversary gift, lift weights, and then I'm gonna decide if I feel like doing anything else. Because reasonably, I can brainstorm and write the resolution tomorrow. It is a short, one-off cute scene, so it'll be easy. And even if I only have my lunch break tomorrow, I'm 100% confident in finishing the beat tomorrow, which would then just leave Wednesday for the epilogue. And again, should be a fairly simple, you know, it's just a teaser for the next book. So I'm feeling super, super confident, and I think I am just gonna let myself have a chill rest of the day. So yeah, I will see you when I am working on the happily ever after beat. Okay, so I just got home, and I'm really excited. I had the thought, I wrote chapter 24 today, and so I'm officially finished with Tilda's book, because I'm finished with Tilda's story. You know, it was the last scene of her and her love interest. You know, they essentially ride off into the sunset together, and then the epilogue is my setup to the third book, which will be from the point of view of a different character, this guy named Donovan. So it's like Tilda will appear in the epilogue, but I haven't decided how much longer the epilogue takes place after the main events of the story, and again, it's from a different character's point of view. So technically, I'm done with Tilda's story. I just haven't actually finished this draft because it has the epilogue. So I'm pretty excited. I like my happily ever after beat. I like the way I ended it. It's just the external plot. So essentially, her love interest's motivation, and like his goal, and the dark moment, and thus the resolution, that all needs to be seriously reworked the next time I work on this. I'm trying not to panic. But yeah, so I tried to brainstorm. I tried to brainstorm. I tried to brainstorm a little bit for the epilogue, but I was struggling because I know in a notebook in my office I have actual notes on what I initially planned when I was outlining the story. So I scrapped what I was doing today, and I'm gonna just consult my notes and see if that was better than what I was thinking up today, because I feel like it has to be better than what I was thinking up today. And then I will work on actually like outlining the epilogue and writing it tomorrow, which, you know, puts me basically at the very end of April, you know, and if I don't finish the epilogue tomorrow, I really failed on my goal. But I don't think I'll fail. My system at work goes down at the end of every month for maintenance, so I can't actually do anything tomorrow except answer emails, and I don't get that many emails every day. Let me not jinx myself, but, you know, I should have a little bit of free time tomorrow to finish the epilogue, and then I'll be done, the zero draft of Tilda's book, and I'm excited. I'm also excited to just take a break from this universe. I really like the idea of telling Donovan's story because I'm bringing back a character that was mentioned in the first book, and I think it's going to be a little different because of what I have planned. No spoilers, but I think I just want to take a break from this universe and work on something new. So I have my demon story, my Valafar story, which I will explain a little bit more when I make a video about that, because I'm blanking on their name right now, but somebody asked me to like show off my notebook, my planner / writing system, and kind of explain how I outline and do my stories. And I thought it would be cool, since I'm working on a totally new story. Well, I'm brainstorming a totally new story, and I wouldn't have to worry about spoilers, and you know, I'm jumping into a completely new and fresh idea. So I thought it would be cool. So my plan is tomorrow to write the epilogue of Tilda's book, get this vlog posted no later than Friday, I guess, but also on Thursday and Friday I will be doing all of the story work and filming the story work for my Valifar story. And you know, on Friday, when I'm actually able to sit in front of the camera, I will explain more about my process and what my story's about. And I'm excited to have something new to work on, to toil away at. Although it's different from anything I've ever written before. So, I mean, I guess that's not entirely true, because I have my 7 Princes of Hell series that I really want to write. I really want to write it so bad, and I started reading the first one, and then I got to the end and realized it didn't work. So it's kind of similar to that, in that it'll be like slightly a dark romance. I don't like the kind of dark romance where like the man is like super toxic, and you know, he actually hates her and he's mean to her, and you know, he hurts her. I'm not into that aspect when it comes to dark romance, but he is a demon, and he is going to be also a vampire who needs to feed on blood to survive. And I'm not going to make him the kind of guy that, oh, I only feed from, you know, criminals and assholes. Like, he needs blood to survive, and my main character is just lucky that he's in love with her, or else he'd probably just feed from her too. Well, he does, but he'd probably kill her, I mean. So it's a dark romance, but he is going to be kind of like very much in love with her. I don't want to say he's going to be whipped by her, but he's very much in love with her, but he is a scary vampiric demon at the same time. But yeah, I don't want to ramble too long. This vlog is going to be way too long. I have to go inside and plug my computer in, because I need to edit footage from yesterday and today, because I did not do that yesterday. But I also wanted to take Barkli on a walk, because it's so nice out. So I think I'm going to go in, plug my computer in, bring her out to do her business in the yard, and then take her to the park right around the corner, and just do like 1 lap around the park with her. Because I need the exercise. We both need the exercise. And then I have to cook dinner, so sometime in between getting home with Barkli and making dinner, I'm going to work on editing my footage. But I'm feeling really good, you know, as long as I don't pay attention to the news and current events and things that are happening in my external world. My personal world, I'm doing pretty good, and yeah. I don't know what to say. So yeah, again, I'm done rambling. I'm gonna go inside and do all those things, and change my shirt, because long sleeves and it's like 80 degrees today. No thank you. Okay, so I didn't film an outro because I got home and my fiance was home and I was just really tired. So it's the next morning and I'm filming my outro. So I finished the zero draft of Tilda's book. It needs a whole lot more work than Claimed did when that was a zero draft, but I'm trying not to be negative about it because it is what it is. Like, all it will take is just kind of cutting this whole subplot for the love interest, Tilda's love interest, and giving him a new one that fits the story and the pacing and the length of the story better. So that should be easy. It shouldn't be too bad. And I'm going to take a little bit of a break from this universe. So I think I will take a break for this whole month of May. It's May 1st, by the way. So I think I'll take a break throughout May and work on other just fun things. And in June, I would like to start the next draft, which is the first draft, although technically it's a second draft, but it's the first draft after the 0 draft, so it's the first draft. I don't know, I still have not figured out how I like to word this, but yeah. So, I'm sorry this video was so long. I'm sorry if it seems uninteresting. I have to get better at filming like aesthetic things, but I just don't have an aesthetic life. I'm very boring and I don't do anything, so it is what it is. But thank you for being here. Thank you again if you are one of the people who has been reading and commenting or reaching out to me about Claimed. Sorry that Tilda's book is gonna take a little longer, but I was really not thinking when I came up with this stupid dark moment that now needs to be totally fixed. But yeah, so I will see you guys in my next video, and yeah, thank you so much for being here, and I love you.